It's no secret that the SUV market has got so much choice nowadays, so it could be difficult finding the right one for you. Could this be it? I'm joined by the brand new Hyundai Tucson, but is it an SUV worth your money? Well, let's jump in, go for a drive and find out. Right, let's see what you've got for me. Engine on. It's a 2-litre diesel, which has the brand new mild hybrid system. So not only will it be better for the environment, but it should be better for your wallet as well. But let's not talk about money right now. Let's talk more about driving, shall we? So I've got this car for a limited amount of time. So this is not a full comprehensive review. These are merely my first thoughts. It is of course a first drive video. So this is of course a quick drive. However, I should be able to give you enough of an opinion and information for you to decide whether you would consider buying this car or not. But let's see how we get on, shall we? Along with 182 brake horsepower, this car also has 400 Newton meters of torque. This means you'll hit 62 miles per hour in 9.5 seconds and continue to a top speed of 125 miles per hour. So unlike the 130 fastback I tested earlier, this car has got 8 speeds in its automatic gearbox rather than 7. Which is probably just about enough. You don't want too much choice, do you? Initial impressions, this diesel feels rather torquey. It's got a nice amount of pulling power to it. It's not the most refined, it is a little bit clattery on idle, but I'm cruising now at 28 miles per hour. And it's pretty quiet. It is pretty refined and pretty docile when you are cruising, which is always quite nice. Right, open stretch of road now. Yeah, this diesel pulls pretty well. Sadly, I'm stuck behind someone who's going a bit slow, but the throttle response is pretty good. A tiny delay from the automatic gearbox, but I had a similar criticism for the i30 fastback I drove earlier today. However, it's quite a punchy car. So when you're operating the gearbox manually, it's not quite as slick as the 7-speed DCT flappy paddle I had earlier. But if you leave this gearbox to its own devices, it's pretty smooth. I've got no real complaints. But like I say, it can be a little bit slow to pick up. Now, if you don't quite fancy this engine, there are other engines available. So you can have a 1.6 litre naturally aspirated petrol, which offers 130 brake horsepower, or you can have a 1.6 litre turbocharged petrol, which offers 175 brake horsepower. However, if you're still after a diesel, then you can have a 1.6 litre turbocharged unit, which can be had in either 2 power outputs, 113 brake horsepower or 134 brake horsepower. However, it is worth mentioning that the 2-litre diesel is the only engine you can have with all-wheel drive. Ride's pretty good though. I just hit a pothole then, quite a sizable pothole, and I barely felt it. The Tucson has got a good amount of damping. This road isn't particularly good. It's quite battered, but it's gliding over it quite nicely. Almost gliding quite as nicely as that red kite flying above me, but you can't see that. The inside's a nice place to be. There's not too many buttons. The buttons I do have are laid out nicely. They're essential. It doesn't feel cluttered in here. Soft touch dashboard, it's a nice touch, quite literally. And I've also got leather cascading around the middle of the dashboard, which again, yes, it's very pleasant. It's a nice place in which to sit. I won't lie, I don't think I'd want these kind of white/cream leather seats because they're just begging to get stained. These seats are lovely and comfortable as well. Offer a good amount of support. Yep, so far I've driven this car for about 5 minutes and it's pleasant. Okay, what about refinement? A little bit of tyre noise, but nothing really worth complaining about. It's a bit of wind noise, of course, because it's a high-riding SUV. But do I feel like I need to shout? No, not at all. Now, I know this is quite a large SUV, therefore it won't really be set up for handling, but it's still an area that could be important to some of you watching. The steering's got a decent weight to it, and the car feels reasonably nimble considering its size. So you've got two different driving modes. You've got normal or you've got sport. As we're going down a lovely country lane, let's whack it into sport, and instantly you can feel the car just perk up. It's like a dog that's just been invited out for a walk. Walkies! Oh, going for a walk? Oh yes, I'd love to go for a walk. So yes, it's got a real eagerness about it. Yeah, this engine does feel pretty punchy. Body lean is pretty impressive as well. There is, of course, some lean. You'd expect there to be some lean. It's an SUV after all, and it's not particularly built up to be sporty. However, it's quite composed in the corners. And I have to be honest, it is quite enjoyable to drive. Obviously, it's not the most dynamic SUV money can buy, but this is more about offering a good space, a good equipment level, good safety for family buyers. So I imagine some of you watching this probably couldn't give a hoot about this car, about how this car handles, which is fair enough. You want to know the essential things. How much is it? The Tucson starts from a price of £21,845, and there are 4 trim levels: S-Connect, SE Nav, Premium and Premium SE. S-Connect is able to offer features such as 16-inch alloys, 7-inch touchscreen with DAB radio, Bluetooth and smartphone connectivity, plus you also get dual zone climate control, front fog lights, lane keep assist, leather steering wheel and gear knob, power folding door mirrors and a rear view camera. Next up you've got SE Nav, which starts from £23,345. It's able to offer 17-inch alloys, 8-inch touchscreen with navigation, auto dimming rear view mirror, automatic wipers, driver attention alert LED rear lights, rear parking sensors and privacy glass. Then you've got the premium model, which is the model I'm testing here. It starts from a price of £25,845 and is able to add features such as 18-inch alloy wheels, blind spot detection, electric parking brake, keyless entry, KRELL premium audio system, front and rear parking sensors, rear cross traffic alert, black leather seats and a wireless phone charging pad. That of course leaves the Premium SE, which starts from a price of £29,745. This trim level is able to add 19-inch alloys, adaptive cruise control, bi-LED headlights, chrome effect door handles, heated steering wheel, high beam assist and surround view monitor. Is it safe? Yes it is, thanks to standard safety systems such as autonomous emergency braking and lane keep assist. The Hyundai Tucson was able to score a maximum 5 stars from Euro NCAP. Is it spacious? Yes it is, there's a good amount of space in the front, getting a good driving position is very easy indeed, and there's a good amount of cubby holes as well. In the rear, again, space is pretty decent, even for a taller passenger, such as myself, I'm 6'2", I've got a decent amount of legroom and headroom is more than agreeable as well. It's even got a decent sized boot. It offers 513 litres, which is more than a Nissan Qashqai, but if you do need more space, you can of course fold down the 60/40 rear seats to give you 1,503 litres. Mind you, if you go for this particular model, then the boot space is a little bit smaller. It's 484 litres with the rear seats up, and if you fold them down, then you get 1,474 litres. And will it cost a lot to run? Now the answer to that question depends on which engine you go for, of course. If you're looking for this 2-litre engine, then it will be a little bit costly to run. Earlier I did mention that because of the mild hybrid system it would be kinder to your wallet, and to a degree it is, but it's still a bit costly to run. So to kick off with, VED for the first year is a whopping £830 thanks to CO2 emissions of 151 grams per kilometre. So yes, it is a bit pricey. In regards to fuel economy, you can expect up to
49.6 mpg on a combined run. So if you're looking for the most frugal engine in a Tucson, you will need to look elsewhere. Instead, you may want to have a look at the 134 brake horsepower 1.6 litre diesel, which offers up to 58.9 mpg on a combined run, and it has CO2 emissions at a more respectable 125 grams per kilometre.
I've got no issues with visibility. Okay, rear window isn't massive, but it's big enough to see out of. I've got no issues with the windscreen, that's absolutely fine. Wing mirrors good size as well. But you've got lots of driver aids in case you do get a bit stuck. So to sum up, my first drive in a Hyundai Tucson, I'm pretty impressed. It's a decent car. It's definitely a worthy competitor for the vastly crowded SUV market. So I would definitely recommend giving this car a look. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, give it a massive thumbs up. If you are subscribed, don't forget to smash that bell icon so you get notified every time I make a video. And if you aren't subscribed, guys, what are you waiting for? Be sure to subscribe for more car obsession. We're going left or right here? Right. Marvellous.